Hi, it's Ron Jackson. I want to tell you about this cool new website called Muse Academy, where they use this module system to learn any style of music really in detail at different tempos. It's really cool. And before we get started, I'd like to let you know that there's a 14-day free trial. Please try it out. There's a link in my description, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. So let's get started about this new website that I'm involved with. Thank you. So this is the homepage of the Muse Academy. It says, how do you get the musical vocabulary of a professional guitarist? The most important thing is this thing called the module. This is a really cool thing. Okay, so a module has the instruments. Right now it's any, and the only thing that we have right now, since it's a new website, is guitar. Then you have the styles. Okay, all these different styles, blues all the way to metal, etc. All the levels, beginner to advanced, okay? Filters, so your study list and your favorites, etc. And you can put in who your favorite artists are. So we'll use myself today. Okay, let's look at my 2-5-1 patterns on Satin Doll. Get right to it. So on the 2-5-1s on Satin Doll module, we start off with my lesson talking about how you should practice this. What's really cool about the system is you'll take 2 bars at a time and learn these 2 bars really in depth, okay? There's always an explanation for each 2 bars that's written out, and I tell exactly what you should do and how to practice. And there's always notation and tabs, okay, for people who don't know how to read as well, okay? And also it tells you, my notation particularly, my tabs particularly tell you how to play, what fingering to use and what fret, but actually, a lot of these phrases can be played with different fingerings, so I always suggest my students to learn as many possible fingerings for the same phrase in the same octave. Okay, so let's get into studying right now. So if you look, there's a Study Now button, remove from my study list. So this is on my study list already, and add to favorites. I already added to my favorites this study. So I'm going to hit Study Now. This is a really cool part of studying this. So you're going to go to this module right here, and it has all these really cool features, okay? First, you're going to time how long you want to practice, up to an hour. I usually practice an hour at a time, okay? But today we're just going to leave it at no timer. Now, you can check the speed of the exercise you want to do. Down to 60%. You can have notation and no notation. Echoes when it repeats, okay? You can actually repeat the phrase. I'll show you these things in a minute. Okay, and then you have shuffle mode. You could shuffle around the bars. And then you could use different bars, 1 and 2 to practice, and 3 and 4. You could add as many as you want. And when you hover over this, you can actually see the exercises written out, the explanation for each bar written over the top, so you can actually see in depth what you're learning from me or from the different guitar players. So let's try this. So let's just use bars 1 and 2. Just use that. Now, let me just play it where it says notation, see what happens, okay? Plays it over and over. So I place it over and over at, that's the tempo, okay, at 100%. And you can see the notation, and you could actually see the tabs and how it's played. So what you do is you can just play along and see if you can play along with it first and practice it, Play along. Etc. So I just played along with it a little bit. Now, here's another thing you could do. You could take off the notation and play along with it again. Etc. Okay, now you can actually go and take the echo off, and that means that echo is basically repeating the same phrase, and you're gonna, it repeats it over and over. Now it'll play it back once, then you have to play it after. Okay, so watch this. So I just played along. Now play by yourself. Watch. Just like that. Now I can put the notation back on, which is really cool. And you can do the same thing. Here we go. So you can watch the notes if you can read, or you can watch the tabs, or do both. Here we go. See? That's really cool. So if it's too fast for you, just go down to 60%. Okay? And here's what it looks like. Etc. Okay? So that's really cool. So if you really want to get into in-depth playing and study, you can, slow it down this slow. And then you could add bars. So you can play up to 6. So let me put it up to tempo. I put it back at 100% with no echo, so you can hear what it sounds like. So I'll play the first 6 bars. So we're bars 3 and 4. It repeats it twice. Then bar. It goes again. Now back to top. Just like that. Yep, like that. Cool. Twice. So that's the first 6 bars. So you could start adding bars when you get really good, and go to the end, which is a 32-bar song, Satin Doll. Okay, AABA form, 8 bars each. So let's go back to Satin Doll and go back to the modules and hit this part of the module again. Okay, of Satin Doll. Here's a really important feature that I want to show you before I finish up. You could actually hit this magnifying glass with a plus, and you could actually learn each beat really well if you're having issues with the notation. Okay, so you can hit first beat. Let me play that for you. See that? So you can learn the first beat, and then second 2 beats. So this is actually, so that's actually the first 2 beats, okay? And then that was you could add the third beat. And what happens is it actually repeats, it lets you repeat those 3 beats over and over. Do-ba-do-ba-do. And you play it, do-ba-do-ba-do. Do-ba-do-ba-do. It's like a 3/4 song now, or 3/4 bar, because you're only doing 3 beats. You could add the 4 beats. 3, 4, do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. So then you could add another beat, okay? There's like a 5/4 bar. You could do this anywhere on the song. So you could omit these beats, etc., and start right here and do the same thing. Okay. Okay. So it's a really cool feature in this module system. So that's the whole module system about Muse Academy. I hope you enjoyed this little demo I did on the Muse Academy module system. Remember, sign up for the 14-day free trial on my description here, and you won't be disappointed. So I hope to see you guys soon on the Muse Academy. I'm Ron Jackson, and have a great day or night. Bye-bye.